Hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and this is the last of my Duke Nukem 3D levels. This is Dimension Shift. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm never going to make any more, but this will certainly be the last big one. It's probably easy to do it this way. It'll be that one. As usual, if you want to not spoil this for yourself, there's a link in the description, so you can always play it yourself fast, but heed the text file. You will, again, need an old 2014 version of the port. That might give you some problems in current operating systems, because they're just not going to fix the broken things in the port. It does make you wonder what all these 15, 20 strong best of the best projects are doing. They're obviously not pushing things. So, you know, just a fucking innovation, I guess. You know, I'm not doing it anymore. It ain't my problem. If you do run into problems, other than some I know, if they're not in the text file or they're not what I talk about, just take it up with the port devs. They won't fix it because it's a problem I've run into. But yeah, here you go. This is, as you can see, where Alien Abductee left off, and space is very dark. And that explosion you heard, that was a bunch of things going on. The explosion really is a difficulty detector, but we can't stand here all day. I've got a headache and I want to get this done. So we're just gonna walk through, and well, we're gaining on the Earth. Not much fuel left, but we should make it. And I think that screen's out of range of the alien planet now. Good old E1L6 of Lame Duke there, or a level that's very similar to it. Yeah, well, as this door opens now, there's really not much we can do here. We know what's on the other side of the ship now, at least. Nothing very interesting. It really isn't like a particularly large ship. And that red ship's back. Yeah, I think we got problems. We're under attack. Can't go through that, don't we? Damn. Oh dear. It's gonna crash. Bell. We just made it back, man. Well, we're back on Earth. But this don't look like LA anymore. Or wherever the... I don't think the previous levels of mine were in it. Well, I know they were in LA.
Those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
They kind of know why, really, I suppose, but I don't know where this is. Well, we got a dodgy looking house. It's a big place. I got a bad feeling about this. Uh-oh, jawbugs. Yeah, we might have a few of them out here. I don't think we're going that way. Bit overgrown. I did think about that, going that way. Use silent teleports, but it would have been a bit dodgy. And it would have affected the flow of the map significantly, as in not drawn attention to something that should be drawn attention to. But yeah, as you can see, impossible geometry. No true room over room here. So, yeah. And this actually works in a DOS version. Doesn't work as well in EDuke32's 8-bit renderer, because as soon as you go over the extended limits, it has problems. I don't think I reported that one. There's just no point. I'm just making shit up, and it doesn't affect me as someone who bought the game. It's just like, you know, well, we've been over this. Silent teleport there, because you'd only do so much impossible geometry before you just gotta be like, you know what, I'll fuck this. But we're heading in. Now, because we're going this way, we get to see the basement, but I don't think we're going in there. I want to keep someone out, and whatever was there, well, that's been It's either collapsed or somebody's blocked it. I wonder why they do that. Can't be good. I'm sure it's fine. Hey, you know, if you play this in a more recent build, you won't be able to walk back down those. It sucks because you have to. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I guess this goes in the house. I mean, that's the only thing that logically could be here, so... That can't be good. What have we gotten ourselves into? I don't think that works. Nice artwork. There used to be a dining area with a room at the back. Just too much stuff, too much resources, would have been spread too thin, so things got shuffled around. I might have an old diagram of what was meant to be there, but it ain't there now. And nothing's trying to kill us, so I mean, it can't be that bad in here, right? I mean, it can't be that bad in here, surely. I'm sure it'll be fine. I wonder who owned this place. What were they doing here, then? Ew. Plenty of frozen stuff. Plenty of frozen stuff. That's just a bit dodgy, isn't it? To be honest. Yeah. I'm not sure what I think of this anymore. It's just something. Something's a bit off here. I mean, it's red. Well, what good's that gonna do? We can get in here, right? Okay. There's our door. That door's jammed. You ain't going that way. I don't want no one coming in this place. Hello, cameras. I'll change angle if you go over here, but you can't see it very well. It just runs on that camera there. You can trip them remotely. The fact you get white noise sometimes, it's what happens when it goes out of range of a camera. I'm really not sure what to make of that mode. Now that difficulty selector gets rid of the colour bars on here, so if you turn the difficulty up, that's what it does. It gets rid of the clues on the map. Nothing looks too odd there, but here's what I would do. Just put that one on, and then you'll always get that on there. And go easy on this switch, because unless I update the map to fix a problem, occasionally the intervals go wrong and things break. Yeah, no smashed glass to help us now. Well, that seems to work. But I mean, it's the same kitchen, right? Surely. Your actions have consequences on a large scale. What you do here may affect things elsewhere. My kitchen is red, but sometimes it is green, and at other times it is blue. Well, yeah. If we went back and looked at that before, if you noticed it had a lock on the door. It doesn't have one now. So, yeah, zone selected. Crystals remaining. Definitely something funky going on. It's a good job we opened those doors, because that doesn't appear to be working. And that's one of the crystals they mentioned. It's ours now. But that might be a problem. It seems the aliens might have figured out where we are. And did I see a quirk flash up then? I'm sure I did. I don't do ceilings. But it would seem to me that that's the area done. I guess the logical thing to do now is, as we're on blue, would be to go to the pool. Yeah. Well, it's dark out there, man. Just a bit. Luckily, we don't have to go out there. I like the thought that this place was probably abandoned in the 90s, somewhere before the events of Duke Nukem 3D or something, you know? Nobody was aware, but it was always there. And it was always going on. Oh, that's a bit shit. The handprints there, but we just can't move them. They're too heavy. But we've let the water out. And as you can tell, this map is a lot of puzzles. We all have to cool off sometimes. Maybe have some move some sticky obstacles from our path. Nothing is too hot to touch. It's meant to be barely legible there. It is a design choice. I liked the idea that somebody maybe scribbled it out very quickly. I guess now we can go to zone... Well, I don't know. I mean, first zone to go in there is red. I guess we can go and have a look in the library. Oh dear. He ain't going in those rooms. Somebody doesn't want us going in there. Probably the level designer, because there's nothing there. Used to connect to an upstairs area at one time, that though still wasn't enterable. It just wasn't feasible to do. Well now.
Come get some.
Fair enough. Don't see any reason to go up there. They all look ghostly. I don't think those are going to help us. Nice and warm here though. It's nice old stones. The outside is as we left it. It doesn't look like anything funny's going on out there. I guess we've got nothing to worry about. It's just a few aliens, right? We've dealt with them before. But there's not really anything we can do in the red section yet. I mean, it's gonna hurt us quite a lot more than I thought it would. But we got some medkits back there. And even if we got down that hole, there's not much we can do back there. Isn't there one in this... Yeah, there we go. Ah, there are advantages to being the guy who designed the level, but... it's still, you know... I don't trust this place. It all seems a little bit dodgy. So we're going to need to go on green before we set it back to red. At least we got a nice weapon upgrade now. Problem is, this is going to hurt a bit. You can probably see that box would have been blocking this if the water was higher, but now we've got wooden crates, we can move them. Wood crates are a lot lighter than steel ones. And we got boots as well. And we can walk in lava. How curious. Well, can't do nothing in there. Let's head back. And then this is this is no boxes. Have to be observant. The thing is, jetpack isn't really there. Even if it was, it doesn't seem to be there either. Sometimes our goals seem impossible to reach, but at other times they almost seem too easy. Sometimes it's just as simple as taking the stars. No boxes here, so we can push those along. And, well, what do you think's going to happen in the other dimensions, the other versions of this room? They're definitely getting wise to us. Yeah. Hopefully that wasn't too quick. Let's say, go easy on that switch. Because otherwise bad things will happen. But as you can see, boxes do not matter when you push things in another dimension. I have to wonder if maybe that's how ghosts work. That's what they are. You know, sometimes you think you've knocked into something with your elbow and it turns out there's nothing there. Whereas at another point in time, or in a, you know, maybe there's a parallel universe just rubbing a little bit close to this one at that moment. And someone's picture just fell off the mantelpiece there or something. You just don't know, do you? But I mean, those stars aren't going to help us now. Oh shit, I forgot about him. And his buddy. Just as well we got a jetpack now. There we go. We are set with this area now. Damn. That is the downstairs done. I guess where we're going to go now is that study. Let's go and take a quick look up there. See what it's doing. Strange.
Where is it?
Oh, we got chain gun ammo, that's always nice to have. It's rather... This guy obviously likes to collect his little things. The TV doesn't seem to be working very well. If at all. Yes, I bet he's seen a lot, this guy. He's probably travelled the world. Collect some artifacts. There used to be a balcony out there, and we can never go to it. Doesn't exist now. Today I met myself in the mirror. He wasn't helpful. I quit my job at the library. Weird things have been happening lately, ever since I took these crystals, and the TV isn't working properly. I've had to pull the fuse. Yeah, that looks like the fuse, alright. Where we'd find one of those. You know, when that chair in the library slides, terrifies the librarian. It's because, in your reality, you stayed late at the library. Well, I guess you better put it on blue. we'll see what happens now. You know, I thought about putting invisible sprites here so you could just jump up there and Duke would just sort of zip up them. But I figured there was no need. Well, what do you know? There was a bug in someone else playing the wrong version of the port. That seems to have fixed the television a bit. I don't know that it's working properly, but it's working a bit. That's probably more entertaining than anything that's on the BBC now. It ain't too bad. I can sit and watch this. We may just fine. I guess it's trying to tell us to go green. Well, I'm all for protecting the environment. Not like one of these insufferable people, but you know, if you can do something about it, then why not? So I guess we'll go to the green room. Kazan would be very disappointed because the... Oh no, there is a blue room. What am I thinking? Red's no good. You be screwed in a recent versions of this port. Is that display worldwide? Green. Green is what we need. Green. That fuse is there now. We've already been in the green one.
You wanna dance?
There we go, we have TV. Some perspective weirdness going on. This is a little desktop girl or something, I don't know. But it's a lady in red. She's dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. That's where I want to be. And I hardly know, but I'll stop now. It's alright. Yes, we picked a crystal out of the television. It's ours now. That leaves us with only one area of the house left. Area over there. I think it's GBR. It is. But Helen's room's a little bit weird. That's yellow, and only yellow, and I don't see a yellow position on this switch. That could be a problem. That could be a real problem. I guess we'll take that on when we get there. It's pretty. Lots of chairs. Many a summer was probably spent on that balcony. I used to have like boards cut out up there, but I just didn't have the walls left for it. This area has a mind of its own, and I mean that sincerely as the person who designed the level. That things break up here sometimes, and I can't find out why. They just do it at will. There's nothing I can do about it. Also, this texture's kind of interesting because it's a mask wall texture. It's a sprite here, but that is rigged so you can't make it one-sided. At runtime, it just gets turned into a two-sided texture again. But I have to have that one out there, as you know, because the black is a bunch of one-sided walls on the windows. Because the frame rate isn't always that great here. You're rubbing right up on the draw limit constantly, and it causes problems. And I have no idea what that is. I've never figured it out. It's Ghost. That's all I can come up with. So, a Ghost. It's probably something to do with how much the engine's been abused, but we never appear behind it. So it's a long way away, and I can't even see anything that looks like that, and there's nothing like that out there, so if you know what that is, enlighten me, please, because I don't know, and it's really, really weird. But on the upside, we don't have to walk downstairs anymore. Something pinged. I mean, that's some serious stuff the guy who had this house was playing with. I get the feeling you aren't meant to meddle with this. That'd be Helen's room, but we can't go in there. Some shotty ammo though, that's nice. Yeah, they definitely don't want us going in there. For some reason. They don't want us going in here either. This is locked down. There is something untoward here. There is something untoward going on here. Resources are a little sparse. But it's all fine. I'm still not worried. I knocked the middle button. Well, one less octobrain is always good. Can't complain there. This is... what the hell are you doing, game? Oh. Well. That might be a little bit... Yeah. This is where we end it. This power is simply not meant to be wielded by mortals. It has escaped. May the cursed house and the abominations below perish in the cleansing flames. I think he flipped his lid. It tells me they've not heard from that guy in a while. And the place is going to burn down. Well, I can't put the fire out, so... no, that's going to have to stay as it is. So it seems. We're no closer to finding our way into Helen's room. But we can always shift dimension. What was that noise? Probably just those doors. Well, now that changes things a little bit, doesn't it? If we'd have come here before, this door wouldn't have opened. Well... remember that stuff that went on at the start of the map? One of those tasks is moving that toilet. Yeah, there's actually a machine that exists solely to make this toilet move over at map start. Cool, eh? But now there's no toilet, and the cistern's still there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? How pleasant. I still don't feel comfortable with any of this, man. This stuff breaks, and if we go to that other room, there's a fire in the way here, and we just can't access this area. But that sometimes comes up on its own, and I've never figured out how. And oh dear. Well, at least the fire's out now. But we got new problems to deal with. And this is the last area we have to go in, because I still can't see a way to get in the Helen's room. And there it is. No fire blocking it, no fire blocking that. Who's that guy? There's a guy right there. And yet he's not there. Well, we'll just carry on. This is gonna hurt. Well, I guess that's as much as we can do. Something is very wrong. These crystals open a rift to another reality. They were buried long ago and should have stayed that way. I should have known these aliens would come for them. They have awakened it. I fear the worst. That was obviously written before he totally flipped. I don't know what order these events took place in, but... well... yeah... I think we just found Helen's room.
Hail to the king, baby.
It seems like Helen was probably quite young. Oh, it's this house. Look at the outside. Helen, my dear sister, I'm so sorry. You tried to protect me from beyond, yet alas, we shall meet again soon. Guard my key. The door must remain unopened until the time is right. Okay. Yeah, we're actually dealing with ghosts here. And she's been watching us this whole time. I mean, that's where we came in. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? And she wants something. Holding out her hand. Wants her favourite thing in the wild. Yeah, well, that's the sort of things we're dealing with in here, isn't it? But that's the last crystal. They're right out there. And there's a couple of, well, there's a thing we can do before we leave. Man, this place messes with you. This place definitely messes with you. But we have some things now. And we can use them to our advantage. It don't work how you think it works. There you go. You can't pick things up when you shrunk, and I've played some levels that forget that. I don't really begrudge them. There's so many weird little quirks and intricacies to the mechanics of this game, and remembering all of them is really impossible. But it seems like we need to head back out there. Shit! Yeah, they're sending these in now. That's never good. Any more? There's one more, but he might have timed out. He might have got stuck in one of the null cubes. Thank you, that will be very valuable. It's flipped. Euro trash. Music. It's because we got a specific secret. Almost all of my levels have song lyrics in them somewhere. No closer to gaining entry to that basement there. It's kind of weird to think, isn't it? That the whole time we were here, no one was watching us. Well, it's the last crystal. Something just ain't right here, is it? Yeah, that's we don't need that no more, I wouldn't worry about it. Just blow through the ammo at this point. But we never did find out how to get in that basement. We do have that though. It ain't a yellow key, but it's a yellow ducky. I'm sure we saw that upstairs. Well, well, well. Maybe Helen's on our side after all. Turn back! Bit late for that now, I'm afraid. If I were you, I'd save here. Man, I read this place was doing some dodgy stuff. Yeah, we're in trouble now. No turning back. Only one way we can go. Yeah, geez. Yeah, we're in trouble. Thanks, Helen. And yes, it did just laugh at us. So now what? Yeah, that's what. I think we pissed it off. Now this thing can break horribly, so that's really the main reason for saving, as well as the fact it's going to try and kill you. Now remember, there are no scripts running in here. Oh, Jesus Christ! This is AI. running on the game logic with no script at all. There is no, the only unoriginal assets are the level file itself, and that music that's playing is pre-recorded. Yeah, just keep moving here, because there's 3 phases, we're on the 3rd phase. And this is, like I say, actual level game logic. The level itself is going to try to kill you. Better move, because it's going to come out. And it is going to try and follow us around here. It tries to predict where you're going to be and shit. Yeah, it's not done yet.
Die, you son of a bitch.
You just saw an AI with no code. It's one of the most ambitious things I ever built. It's a concept I came up with in 2014. I never tested it. I built the whole map on the assumption it would work. It's a little bit clunky. And it can break because the player position detector can set multiple positions at once, and if it does that, you just got to reload. Because sector warping can happen there. There's a way to fix it. It involves staggering the inputs and locking the player detector, but I just don't have enough resources left in the map to do it. But I think this pocket dimension's had its time, and it sounds quite ominous. I think, to be honest, we should probably just get the fuck out of here before anything else goes wrong. Game's in an undefined state in here, in a way, and yeah, well, this... just unreality. We gotta leave. Just run. Just fucking run. Now we know what was in that third opening.
Damn, I'm good.
Ghost Boy's teleported out, and we've got us a helicopter. And that's Dimension Shift. It's the last big level I'm ever going to do. It'll take a while to get here. At one point I had it so once it got here, this blocking wall went away and you walked out to it, but yeah, remember what I said about sliding doors not being reliable? Well, there you go. I tried bridges, those didn't work either, so... I bet it's really hard to fly a helicopter over water, because how would you tell how far away you are from the water just by sight, you know? I mean, I know you have instruments, but... then a lot of people died to that early in the life of aircraft. I believe you have now met the pilot of the Red Ship. Centuries ago, the crystals were stolen by this race and their ship crashed, scattering them over the island on which the house stood. The local tribes, aware that the crystals held great power, built and encased them in a monument.
For Christmas.
Afraid that these ghosts may return, the tribe warded off all intruders until dying out. The monument was used to build parts of the house. The Regelatons learned of this, then the Reptoids came, and it was only a matter of time before the last of the ancient race came to reclaim what they had lost. Crystals allowing them to exist between the dimensions.
Christmas.
Immortal and very dangerous. I followed you. I knew you would right this wrong, but this is not my realm, and now I may depart. The crystals are my burden to carry from now on, as they rightly were. Thank you. So, yeah, the house has gone. Maybe it never even existed in the first place. At least not on this timeline. It all compacted. Am I just the man in the mirror now? Well, it's Helen's tree. Would have sat just about there. There's nothing out here. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to see. Except... she's still watching us out in the distance. Well, she's still got her back to us. But I think she can see us anywhere. Too much ambition on this one. I'm never doing it again. But I am High Treason. This has been the last map in the kind of series I ended up doing of maps that I built. There were a bunch in between that never got made because they just weren't interesting and pieces got sandwiched into other maps. Like there was meant to be like 3 or so kind of, you know, the ship and then the alien planet were going to be their own map, then you were going to get the ship back and that was going to be a bunch of ship hopping, and then you were going to crash in the desert, and leave on a helicopter and crash somewhere else. It's all going to be separate maps. And they just didn't hold up on their own. And I don't do deserts, and one of them was going to be a desert. I never built a desert level. Maybe I'll try someday, but it will be small. It won't be like this. But hey, remember, before I go, remember what I said about sliding doors? I'm not going to do a thing about the inner workings of this map because we'll be here until the end of time. By all means, strip it down yourself. But again, you will need to heed the readme and use an old version of the port, and it will tell you which one to use and where to get it. You wonder how I get things like the helicopter and that ducky to come out. Well, the thing about sliding doors is you can put the conveyor belt effect on them. And you remember in Alien Abductee how we had those text scrollers and the train like scenery? Well, what you can do is you can slide a sector over so that it then overlaps with a different sector. So there's 2 belts just off the edge there of the map, which, you know, just cycle the helicopter around, for example. But when we get here, one of them's a sliding door, so it slides in to overlap the water sector and then pushes it through the white wall into this sector, where obviously there's a belt operating that pushes the helicopter forwards. It's very narrow, so you can't really see it, but there is a belt running under there. I guess it's water. Well, is that tagged as water? I don't remember. Probably not. No. So... yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work with keys, hence the rubber ducky. Keys seem to work like enemies. They're an actor in such a way that the game has a sleep timer on them, that after a while they just sleep. So if it's triggered when we first enter the level, the key will come through, and there is actually, I think, still one in those sectors, but it just goes to sleep and stops being affected by the belt.
Come on.
It's odd how that happens. Even standing within, like, close to it, within range, doesn't seem to wake it up again. Maybe if we entered its sector, I don't know. But anyway, it's all a bit too technical, isn't it? And there really is nothing else to see unless you want to go and look at the machines, and I'm just not going to do that. Maybe I'll do a more abstract video about them on my other channel, just machines in general someday. In this game, I've sort of pondered it, the hidden genius of Babeland, you know? Because everyone hates on that level. And none of this, like that boss and everything, would be impossible without that level existing. It's only because of mechanics that were put in the game for that level that we can do these things. And I'm really not the best for this sort of shit. The only other person I know who's used, like, mechanisms like that is, Paul B. I can't remember. I sort of remember his last name. I don't think I could pronounce it if I tried. So, yeah, I'll just call him Paul B. It's what he goes by. I know he's used some stuff like that, and I wish more people would do it. Again, you've got these supposed best of the best people, and they just don't do things like this, and that's disappointing, because they can definitely make shit that looks better than I can. So if they were to put that together, and then use that technical ability to do stuff like this, they could probably come up with some really awesome shit. Like, there's no reason you couldn't build calculators and stuff, so... You know, you could apply that and build some really cool mechanisms, like things we've never seen before. Like, even I know that boss can be improved upon. I know several ways to do it, but I just don't have the resources left in this map. It's too big. And this is a big map. We're not going to be able to see all of it, unfortunately, but it's a large map. There's a lot of shit in here, and it just eats through the resources. But I'm leaving. Get me out of here, helicopter.
Ready for action.
And so that's that. It was fun to play through them. Fun to remember working on them. Remember all the dodgy music I listened to whilst working on them. But I have no more. And I am... Well, I got a headache, so I'm gonna fuck off now. As usual, I do thank you for watching, and I will see you again at some point. I don't know that'll be any more of this though, because this is really hard to record now. It involves fucking up a lot of my settings, so... Who knows, we'll see when I get a new machine at some stage. Maybe it'll fix itself, but... I just don't know, man. I'm not even sure what else. There are some of the Duke things I'd like to play, but in EDuke, I don't know. I'm running this old version of the port. I just don't know, man. So I'll see you around, and we'll see what happens.